party started. High def with the professional.
Greasy says.
Yeah. Once again, my Greasy people, it's time for another episode of Greasy Says. My name is Greasy, aka M-Cue. And here on Greasy Says, we talk about the video game industry, we have fun, we make jokes, and I talk about what it's like being brown in the gaming industry, among other things. Thanks to everybody who's been listening, everyone who's been writing in, really appreciate it. If you're catching up, no worries, take your time. There's gonna be a ton of Greasy Says episodes waiting for you in the vault when you're ready. Again, I wanna tell people and I wanna, what am I saying? I wanna encourage people to share Greasy Says with people you think will enjoy it. People looking for a laugh, people in the gaming industry. I even got hooked up recently. Somebody heard my podcast and asked me to do a talk, which is hilarious, about my experiences in the gaming industry and how I came up and all that. So I got a talk out of this fucking thing. So, you know, if you think people are going to be interested in Greasy Says, send them an episode or tell them to go check out my social media. That's Greasy Says on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And check out my music too, to show my variety, my range, under M-Cue. That's M-C-U-E. And that's on Spotify, Bandcamp, and Soundcloud. All right, spread the word. All right, so crazy. Here's a fucking, I don't even understand. This is nuts. So I decide to, I got some time. Me and my beautiful family, we decide to go to the beach. We go to the beach one day. We're gonna make today a beach day. We grab everything, we pack up, we get in our little car, we drive down the way, 15 minutes away to this beach we've never been to before. Brand new beach. Real fucking hoity-toity part of town, I might add. Like, motherfucking driveways where you can't even see the house type shit. You know what I mean? Where you pull up and it's like one number on the wall and like a bunch of bushes and a driveway to nowhere. You don't even know where that shit goes. But somebody live up inside of there. And whoever that is, they got mad money. Anyway, we at this, bougie ass fucking beach or whatever. To be honest, it was a nice beach. Not the dopest beach I've ever been to. I'm spoiled. I come from the islands. I know what a real fucking beach is. Okay, so this beach was decent, but it was crazy waves. I took my kid down to the water's edge, as we do, because we're trying to get him used to the ocean or whatever. And I was like, there's no fucking way I'm letting go of this kid in this water. It was choppy, big ass waves, huge swell. You could tell it was a serious current. So this beach wasn't all that great. I don't know. Why am I still talking about the beach? Fuck the beach. Okay, this is what happened to me on the beach. I'm sitting there. Right? We set up our little fucking tent for the kid. And we got our blankets out, vibing. Wifey was like, yo, you want some lunch? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let me get some lunch. I made these sandwiches early because I woke up with the kid that day. I made them mad fucking early. Delicious turkey, Gouda cheese, some fresh red onion from the garden, son. Organic as fuck. Understand what I'm saying? Mayo, mustard, some greens on there, banana peppers. You know what I'm saying? Pickles, bread and butter pickles, delicious fucking sandwich on a roll, on a beautiful, I think it wasn't even a wheat roll, it's just a white bread roll, but it was good. It was great. I had made it with love, wrote our initials on it, all that shit. I'm sitting there, I crack open this sandwich. I'm like, man, this sandwich is good. Take a first bite, sandwich is good as fuck. It's got enough pickle juice. Shout out to fucking Hannibal Buress. It's got pickle juice flicked on there. Flavors kicking. I'm like, yeah, this is a good ass day, right? I take another bite. This sandwich good as fuck. And then, out of nowhere, like a thief in the night, I got fucking tackled by a fucking seagull. I'm not even lying to y'all. I'm not exaggerating this shit. The seagull he must have been up in the air, scouting the fucking beach like Solid Snake. Going through the sky, just like, which motherfucker's sleeping out there? Which one of you motherfuckers? And he saw me and my sandwich out on the side because I wasn't paying attention. I turned my head for a millisecond, not paying attention to my sandwich. The motherfucker swooped in, jiu-jitsu'd me. He stiff arm, like in football when you stiff arm somebody, he stiff winged me, dog. He stuck his wing out in my face, hit me with two kicks on his flap legs or whatever, stuck his beak into the sandwich. Let me explain to you the precision with which this motherfucker stuck his beak in the sandwich. I'm holding it. He gets his beak in there and he pulls out all the contents of the sandwich. The turkey, the delicious Gouda, the fucking red onions, what else did I say? All that shit that was in there, banana peppers. The motherfucker grabbed the whole slab and was like, yoink, right out the fucking sandwich and bounced. And ate the shit like 5 feet from me. Flew off. A bunch of seagulls flew in, was like, yo, what's up? You got some food? By the time they arrived, he had already eaten that shit. He was like, and swallowed the whole fucking thing. The most gangster fucking seagull I've ever seen, dog. This shit happened in like a millisecond. He came in, fucked me up, literally jumped me for my sandwich, snatched it, left me with 2 pieces of bread. Empty. An empty ass sandwich. Empty dreams in my hand. In the foil. Dog, I felt chumped. I felt shook. The motherfucker, he sunned me. He basically lunched me. He took my food at lunchtime. This motherfucking seagull, his jujitsu was like, his grapple game was phenomenal. Because I couldn't even predict what was gonna happen. He swooped in silently, hit me with the fucking stiff wing, and grappled my sandwich within a second. Left me sitting there like in shock, like what the fuck just happened? My wife was laughing at me. My baby he didn't even know what happened. He's just off in his world, like, yeah, whatever, playing with eating sand and shit. I don't know if anyone on the beach saw me, but I looked around and everybody act like,
I ain't see shit. I ain't see you just get fucking fucked up by that seagull. Definitely didn't see that. It's beautiful out today, isn't it?
Dog, I felt so small. And I like seagulls. But this seagull, like, it was one of two things. This seagull hadn't eaten in a while and was like desperate. I was like, I'm just gonna fuck somebody up and take their sandwich meat. Or this was a racist ass bird. Because I was on the beach, I looked up and down the beach, and there was no brown or black people on this beach. Because, I mean, it's a bougie part of town, middle of the week. There's a bunch of white people. This seagull saw me, and he must have profiled me, yo. He profiled me and took my sandwich. Fucked up. And just in another Greasy Said episode, I was talking about, saving the seagulls. Don't put plastic in the ocean so that the seagulls don't eat it and die and whatever. But seagulls don't give a fuck about my fucking crusade. The motherfucker just rolled up and took my sandwich. So fuck seagulls. Fuck a seagull. Shit. For real, y'all gotta watch out for these seagulls out here. They are different now. I've never seen a seagull be so bold. And I definitely never seen a seagull just straight up roll up on a motherfucker. Like, I felt kind of bad because, I should have been more. I pride myself on being aware. I pride myself on knowing what the fuck's going on, knowing when some bad shit's gonna happen. What happened to me? Am I getting soft? If I'm getting jumped by a seagull, am I getting soft? I might be living this cushy ass life a little too much. I gotta get out there on the beaches and learn what these seagulls are up to, because this was a different kind of attack. This was some jihad shit, okay? Watch out there. Be careful out there next summer, because they are evolving, they are organized, okay? They have purpose, and they hungry as fuck. So guard your grill. All right, what else we got? Seriously, yo, I was shook. I was shook for a minute. What we got here? That's it. That's all I wanted to tell you about. Let's get on with the fucking show.
What key should we be in today? You know what? Let's let the AI decide.
Generating key.
Hey, Greasy, tell the people how you feel about AI and game development.
AI is a real buzzy word nowadays, isn't it? Big tech companies like Google and Apple are using AI to track our wants and needs so that they can sell us services that we can't live without. Then they use those services to collect even more data to feed their AI. The wheel turns. AI is something I've started seeing more and more of in games. I've seen AI programs that can make meshes, create images, write music, and do quote-unquote menial tasks that devs don't want to do or that save loads of time. Some of the AI creations are naturally wonky, granted, and you can clearly tell that a machine made this. But sometimes AI hits the nail on the head and creates something that makes us pause, something that makes us consider that maybe a human made this? The great thing about AI is that it's relentless, and it has nothing but time to perfect itself using a constant stream of data. That's also its scariest trait. Let's use music as an example since it's close to my heart. If an AI can figure out what makes a great piece of music and what makes a bad piece of music, it can eternally tweak itself until it's making music that only sounds good. Then it could potentially learn how to make music from a specific genre that always sounds good. Then you could imagine that it could end up writing music that Lance Winkerbottom, who lives on Mulberry Lane in Connecticut, will think always sounds good. AI could potentially learn how to write a song so specific to my tastes that I'm guaranteed to enjoy it. And it could write that song over and over into eternity, making infinite playlists of AI-created music just for me. Huh, it sounds cool, right? Yeah, but wow, does it scare me. This is already happening. A homie of mine mentioned that certain playlists of electronic music are almost totally created by AI, and people are gobbling the shit up. So it works. Imagine if AI could kill the idea of a musician. Who needs people taking forever to write albums when an AI can make a catalog in an afternoon? If I'm a label exec, I'm definitely listening.
Alright, Lil Squirtle and Easy Nuts, I don't need y'all anymore. Get the fuck out.
Now, game development is an industry that generally embraces AI. We pride ourselves on being accepting of new technology and efficiency. So why not use AI to write music on this game? The suits are gonna like it because it's cheaper, so win-win. While we're at it, let's use AI to animate our characters and make textures for our terrain. That's like 5 to 10 people we don't need to pay and keep happy. Sweet. You know what? If AI is doing all the art and music, right? We don't really need producers to keep track of them because they're at peak efficiency by default. So, awesome. Sack all the producers too. It quickly spirals out of control. You get me. The one thing I'm waiting for though is when AI replaces an engineer. Engineers have been coding other people out of jobs for a while now. A coder has to make the AI that's going to replace a musician, for example, right? But they're always careful to protect their own discipline. I'm waiting for a coder to be so ambitious that they create an AI that can code better than they can and can feed itself the data it needs to be totally self-sufficient. If engineers manage to engineer themselves out of an engineering job, I might fall out of my fucking chair laughing. Plumbers plumbing themselves out of plumbing to plumb. Hilarious.
I'm a plumber with no plumbing to plumb. Plumbing to plumb. Plumbing to plumb.
Does AI scare you as a game dev? Do you even think about it? Have you noticed AI popping up more and more as tools for better game development? And here's the big question. Are we all about to get replaced?
Reflection.
Yeah. AI is gonna replace us all. Don't even fight it. wasn't Elon Musk when he was still like poor, like not a gajillionaire? He was talking about AI on Joe Rogan or something, and he's like, "This shit freaks me out." He was getting all bummed. Sad Elon. You don't usually see a sad ass Elon, but he looks sad as fuck when he talked about AI. Yeah, man, AI is powerful. I'm seeing stuff now that's doing stuff that I used to do coming up in audio, like by hand, and it just does it immediately and saves tons of time. Why wouldn't you use a tool like that? But yeah, it's gonna happen. Thanks, plumbers. But here's another thing. It's a crazy thought I had. Okay, so let's say we don't even need people to make games anymore. Like AI does everything. EA creates a big fucking hub of computers that is the EA AI. I'm patenting that shit right now. Don't even try to take it. And this AI is just cranking out Maddens. Perfect Maddens. Every year, perfect Maddens. People love Madden. But imagine if, like, okay, so we don't need people to make games anymore. Do we even need people to play games? Right? Imagine a world, hear me out. Imagine a world in which AI plays the games that AI makes. Right? So instead of playing the game, you could just go on YouTube or something or Twitch and watch a let's play of an AI playing the game that an AI made and doing commentary. AI commentary, because it scraped all the data from all the let's plays and all the streamers out there. And now it's like super funny and cute and does all the right things and says all the right things and never gets in trouble and never says any racist things about Jews. Wink, wink. Now you have a perfect AI created streamer. But then that's taking the next step further. Like, then why even have people watching the Let's Plays? Like, might as well get AI to watch the AI Let's Plays of the games that are made by AI. And then the cycle's complete. So, like, humans are dead. Like, we're all skeletons and we're all dust. Like in Terminator, like the beginning of Terminator. We're all just a bunch of skulls being crushed by tractors, robots on tractors. And the whole world is just AI watching Let's Plays forever. Is that a world, you know, do you want to live in that post-apocalyptic world? I mean, there are worse possibilities in terms of apocalypses, you know. And we just never play games again. Now the AI plays games. I wonder if we could train the AI to do social media too, and then like, comment, and subscribe to the AI's social media. But the AI is what's subscribing. It's not like a person. Whoa. Get on it, plumbers. I want to see this future.
What you play, what you play, what you play, what you playing, what are you playing?
What you playing?
So I've been catching up on games that I never finished or meant to play and never played. So I finally finished Red Dead Redemption. Finally. After playing it for who knows how many hours before and then just dropping it. You know what I mean? I went back, started from the beginning, and played only the story missions all the way through to the end. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing about Rockstar games I find. Like I'll jump into a Rockstar game when I first get it, and do everything. Like, I'm fucking hunting, I'm fishing, I'm fucking rescuing damsels, I'm breaking people out of fucking jail carriages. I'm doing everything. I'm building, you know, those fucking stupid ass raccoon hats and shit. I'm doing everything. But I never actually, and I'm you know, I play for like 70 hours, and then I realize I don't know anything that's going on in the story anymore. I'm not even interested in the story. So I like to play a Rockstar game first and explore everything. And then after a few months, come back and just play the story. All the story missions in one go. No sidetracking, no nothing. So it's just like a focused narrative for a bit. It was really good. They're getting way better at telling stories over there. Because I remember back in like GTA 3, and we can't even talk about 1 and 2 because those didn't even have stories. It was just a fucking free-for-all. But starting with 3, the storytelling was bad. Like, a lot of it was, you know, pretty bad. But they have gotten quite good. You know, it's tempting to give all the credit to Sam and Dan Houser. because, you know, they're the guys. But look at the credits on that game, and they got some other heads in there where it's like additional writing and like, thanks so much, you saved our fucking asses with this narrative. There are other writers who are definitely lending a hand, and it shows in the latest Rockstar games. So can't wait to see the kind of stories they're going to be able to tell later. You know what I really wish, though? I wish that Rockstar hired more joke writers and more comedy writers, so that when they eventually make the game I've been waiting for my whole fucking life, Bully Part 2, they're going to have like a lot of comedy in it, like real comedy. I really hope they do that, because Bully is supposed to be a funny franchise, I feel like. And I really hope they don't make it all edgy and gritty like Red Dead is, or Grand Theft Auto, where it's all like angst and shit. But fantastic game. Red Dead Redemption 2, dope ass fucking game. I probably won't play it again for a long time. I won't spoil anything, because there are some things that happen in the game that are a little heartbreaking, and they leave you in that heartbreak for quite a while, which is an interesting concept. Yeah, so I finished that. Fantastic. Not my favorite Rockstar game of all time, but definitely like number 2 or 3. Then I got a loan from a homie. I got Luigi's Mansion. Part 3. Luigi's Mansion Part 3. What a game. You know what I mean? It's basically it's kind of like a point and click adventure when you think about it. You know, you're experiencing the game on a 2D plane, semi 3D, but you know, you can move back and forth, kind of like Streets of Rage back in the day, or one of those side-scrolling beat 'em ups. And it's basically like a puzzle game. You're figuring out puzzles with your little vacuum. But it's the thing about Luigi's Mansion and a lot of the newer Nintendo games is the amount of charm. Like, those games still make me giggle and smile and laugh out loud and feel warm and fuzzy. And I'm a jaded fucking prick, right? About most things. And this game had me filled with joy. I would be like giggling when fucking the green goo guy would be using his vacuum on Luigi, who's passed out, because he passes out every time he releases the green goo guy. And his little nose wiggling in the air when, you know, when the vacuum air is passing his face. There's all these little animations and little attention to detail, these bits of detail that make these characters feel so much more alive and so much more fun to witness and play as. You know, there's animations of like, they're repeated animations, because every time you complete a level, you get these buttons for the elevator. And that's kind of your progress through the game, as you get to access more floors in the mansion. So you see these animations a lot. You know what I mean? Every time you beat a level, you basically see these animations. And it's Luigi about to put the button into the panel on the elevator, and it flies out of his hand magically and screws itself in. And then he's like, oh yeah, at the end. But there's so much charm and so much detail in the animation crammed into that little scene. Like, you can't help but smile every single time you see it, and it never gets old. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I love this. This is hilarious. It brings you, it connects you to Luigi in a very, very powerful way. It shows you your progress in a very powerful way. And it keeps you in this state of bliss, where you're like, oh yeah, everything's great. Nintendo is fantastic at doing that. And that's something that AI can't necessarily replace, is the ability that humans have to pull emotion out of other human beings. As soon as an AI figures out how to do that shit, it's a fucking wrap. Good night.
I have been programmed to feel. Please kill me.
I would say that Rockstar is exceptional at making games feel bleak and hopeless. And Nintendo are the kings of, or queens or whatever, of pure feel good in their games. And I wonder if that's almost like a pillar of how they develop games is like the feel of the game is paramount to the brand of the studio. I don't know, I might be wrong, but it seems like a good thing to do as a game dev studio is to kind of nail down and write down, you know what I mean, as part of your ethos or whatever. What are your games supposed to feel like to a player? I'm sure a lot of people do it. I think it's a valuable exercise when you make any piece of art. Is what do you want the person to feel? So you're not just making either a clone or this sort of directionless thing with no soul. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's what I've been playing. What have you been playing? Tell me. I need new games to play. I reached out on TikTok and people gave me a ton of options and games that I should play. So that's great. And I'll be probably digging into those soon. But if you have a game you think I should check out, let me know. Greasy says on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Weed notes. All right, we warming up the vape. What are we puffing on today? For this week's Weed Notes, we are trying Deadhead OG. Let's see. CBDV is 0.1. CBDA is 0.1. CBGA is 0.3. CBG is 0.1. Here we go. THC 1.2. Yeah. And then all the other shit that... I mean, can anyone tell me what THCA is? Because it's always like this high percentage. But I don't know what the shit actually means. You know what I'm saying? The thing I look at is THC. What percentage? How close to 1% is that shit? Or over 1%? Then I'm copping it. Anyway, let's try this Deadhead OG. I got a couple of, I got like maybe a good bit of this. I got a good bit of this. And it's been treating me pretty good. It's definitely an indica and it's definitely relaxes you, like shut shit down for a minute. Let's take a little pull. Very fresh, very piney in the nostrils, man. Very piney. Tastes good. Tastes like a fir. I said that before on some other shit. It tastes like a Douglas fir, or perhaps a spruce. You ever tasted a spruce before? This is what it tastes like. Don't go tasting spruces, you'll fucking die, okay? Immediately relaxing. I gave this to my lady the other day because she was stressed out about a bunch of shit. And I was like, you want to just hit this real quick and relax your fucking brain? And she did. I don't know if it worked because she still seemed pretty stressed out, but it works for me. Chilling me right the hell out right now. Yeah, that's what I like about the OGs. The OGs are always a little sour, a little diesel-y, but they bring you down. They don't do couch lock. You know, you're not going to be stupid and not be able to do anything, but it definitely brings your energy way down to a healthier level. So I appreciate what Deadhead OG is putting out. Thank you, Garden Remedy. Is it Garden? Yeah, Garden Remedy. Thank you, Garden Remedy. Why can't I say that right now? Does Deadhead OG make you tongue-tied? Thank you, Garden Remedies. I did it. For this delicious strain of indica. Try it out. It makes me, on some highness shit, it makes me think, is AI really that bad, right? Human beings can barely take care of this planet as it is, right? We're fucking up everything. We poison the ocean. We poison the land. We gotta eat fucking genetically modified food. Maybe AI should tell us how to live. Maybe AI should learn the human race and just be like,
Listen, you motherfuckers don't know what's going on. So let us take over and plug yourselves into these battery ports and help power the AI that's going to save humanity.
Okay.
funny that the Matrix Resurrection is coming out. Telling you, it might not be such a bad idea. We don't all have to be the one. You know, all this talk about AI's taking our gigs and taking over everything could really stress a person out. So why don't we bring down the energy with a little bit of...
Medicate and meditate.
I have a new idea for a meditation this week. Let's think about 5 ways that working with humans on games is way more rewarding than working with AI. What makes working on games special? Because humans are involved. One, laughter. Humans laugh. And I've encountered a lot of laughter in my years as a game developer. Development teams cracking jokes. Puns. Humans love puns. Hilarious. AI doesn't know how to laugh. Well, maybe they do. How would AI laugh? Ha 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 ha. It would be pretty weird. Number 2, hair colors. For some reason, game developers love to change their hair colors every week. It's kind of a thing. Unless my computer was wearing a wig and then it had the ability to change its wig every week to a different color, I don't think AI could bring that zazz, that finesse to the hair game in a development studio. So I think humans are better at hair game. 3, live problem solving. Sometimes the best moments while we make these games are the moments where we figure out problems together as a group of humans, hashing things out, working through the problems, punching holes in each other's ideas, hopefully respectfully. An AI wouldn't be able to do something like that unless it was programmed to. And wouldn't that go against efficiency? If an AI can figure out the solution to a problem in 0.6 seconds, why would it inject all of this filler time just to make humans feel better about hashing things out? It's not efficient. So that brings me to number 4. I'm grateful that humans are inefficient, so that it allows us to have these moments of pure humanity while we make games. Number 5, holiday parties. Do you think an AI would drink a little bit too much, get up on the bar, and start dancing and screaming at the top of their lungs just because they hit that extra sidecar a little bit too hard? I know an AI couldn't replace me in all of the drunken shenanigans that I've taken part in. So that's the 5th thing that makes working with humans in games great. Embarrassing drunk stories. What do you like about working with humans to make games? You know what? I will say, I wish there was an AI that can do social media for me, right? So I didn't have to do it. I could just kick back. So much of my time is used engaging on social media to like a small amount of people because I'm not a huge social media person. So like if an AI could do that for me, I would take that. I would use that, to promote me on, Greasy Says under TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, or as M-Cue, M-Cue on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and Spotify. I would have an AI tell you that, right? And you should follow me and like and subscribe and all that stuff. It would tell you to do that for me, and you would listen because it would have optimized its message so that you would listen and act. Remember, you could always reach out to me and ask me for keys that you want me to do the show in. Please send me, even if you sent me one before, send me one again so I don't have to think about it. And ask me questions. Tell me about games that you think I should talk about. People have been doing that mostly in person to me, which is fine. It's just a lot to keep in your brain. It'd be nice if it was all written down somewhere. Maybe there's an AI that can do that for me. Anyway, Greasy people! Thanks for coming out. Like, subscribe, comment, give me feedback. Tell me that you love me with your deepest, deepest heart. And until next time, it's me, Greasy. And I'm checking out with the room key.
Laters.